All right, everybody. Jason Silas here, and Jimmy Yee, the man, the myth, the legend, is in Singapore right now. The man with probably more frequent flyer miles than any of us in Guam sports. So, Coach, always good to see you, man, and congratulations on taking yet another group of young people and giving them opportunities through athletics to go compete in the Asia Pacific Cup.
Yes, good morning, Jason. Thanks for having us. Yes, we're here in Singapore again, and just like the last couple of years, and man, we got a handful of kids here.
Okay, you've got a coaching staff of three. You're taking 14 girls and 14 boys competing in 3-on-3 and 5-on-5. Logistically, that's crazy. So how are you and your coaching staff, managing all of those, schedules and attitudes and games and and just the range of emotions?
Yeah, we're great, man. It's good. We have a bunch of great group of kids, and we have also have the 16 boys here as well. We have a total about 55 delegates coming here, so including like the parents and family members. Uh, well, the director made it easy, so the schedule's there. We make sure there's no clashes, and of course, we have to set up the bus schedule and all of that. However, hey, it's smooth. It's been going very smooth from the moment we left Guam, and so far we finished first day, and it's been great. Kids are having a blast. Parents are having even more of a blast, and a lot of basketball here.
All right. So how much, in addition to the time zone change and, jet lag, if it's even because I know Singapore is like 2 hours behind Guam. How much time did you actually have to have like court time and get to work out and the kids can just, start to get loose and, like get a feel for the environment?
Not much. So we hit the court right before first game and like a 15, 20 minutes of warm up, and that was it. So once we got here, we went straight into it. So kids played well. Of course, nervous was there, fear. Uh, Kids were a lot bigger, of course. So it was a great experience. First day was really well.
Mhm. How many returnees do you have from the previous trips that you've taken?
Just a few. We
Mhm.
have a very young group this year. So I think about three boys and a couple girls from last year's team.
Okay. Are they doing anything that you told them to, coach, as far as, like kind of passing down wisdom and, knowledge based on their experience to the rookies, or are they just taking it on themselves and just saying, "Hey, this was my experience last year. This is what you can expect. This is how we have to handle ourselves."
Oh, doing both, of course, players to players, and of course, as coaches, we could give so much. However, at the end of the day, they need to experience it themselves, right? And then they're like, okay, we get it now. So that's
Mhm.
why we're here. Experience their learning 5-on-5, 3-on-3. Obviously, the game's a lot more physical and a lot more quicker. So it's an eye opener.
Mhm. What's the attitude of our teams, both the boys and the girls, about, being there and just being able to, to compete and the ups and downs? Because, basketball, Sabrina Ionescu said it in the WNBA finals, and she goes, basketball is a game of runs. And, like you're gonna have your highs, you're gonna have your lows, but how do they actually manage emotion?
Oh, they were great, man. Kids were great, man. Energy was great and positivity. They were keeping their heads up. They were fighting. Guam should be proud. Kids are playing hard no matter what the score is, and we're proud, man. There was exciting games, and we had those exciting runs, right? There was a few runs we had, and it was good. It was good. So we have to look at those moments, especially international trips like this, where we might not be winning. However, those moments, those runs, you have to look at those moments and be like, hey, you got to take those positive things back home and then now go apply it.
And you've always stressed, not just to me, but the entire sports community, that, experience does pay off. And yeah, you may not be, immensely successful right away, but the more reps you get in and the more court time you have and everything like that, that does pay off eventually.
Yes, 100%. And we need more, right? We definitely need a lot more for Guam, and this is only going to get things better for the kids.
Okay, now I know you've never been afraid of hard work, and you always have like a cajillion different jobs going on at the same time. But how many games do you and your coaching staff, again, the coaching staff of three, how many games do you guys have to like oversee every single day?
Uh, Three, including 3-on-3, 6 games a day. So yesterday we played 6 games. Today we have about 7 games. So we're playing till Sunday. So it's a lot. So it's a lot. It's good. This is what we're here for. This is what our coaching staff, that's why we signed up. And I thank Coach Jerry and Coach Nana for sacrificing their time to come, and they're having a blast as well.
I hope you got a good pot of coffee for all of you and some throat lozenges for all the yelling you're probably doing.
Yeah, we got them all, man. We're ready to go.
Well, there's a point to be made. How much coaching do you have to do with this team, and like what is their ability to take what you're feeding them from the sideline and be able to immediately like apply that in the game? Like what's
Oh,
the
a lot.
maturity of our team?
Yeah. They're young, very, very young. So a lot more coaching than an older group. However, hey, this is where we got to teach, and this is where they have to learn, and we have to apply it, especially at the moment of the game, right? you have a split second to fix it. So they're learning. Our kids are learning, man. Of course, it's just that mental experience, right? Like, oh my gosh, it's so fast. The game is super fast. So, hey, we're coaching. We got to do what we got to do.
Absolutely. And as I said, man, I've got food poisoning right now, so I don't want to talk about food, but I know there is really good Singaporean food. So,
Very good food over here. Very good.
well, hopefully you and all the kids and your staff get some time to treat yourself, maybe get around and be tourists with all the parents there and have some fun. I know you always make
Oh
that a part of your
yes,
trip.
yes, absolutely, 100%. Yes.
Okay, and before I let you go, Coach, speaking of having just a litany of jobs to do, you were recently appointed to a very high position in basketball and everything. Tell me about that.
Yes, Phenom America, which is a huge camp in California, a national camp. Yes, was appointed to the director scout for our island of Guam. And once that news came out, we've already had like 20 kids registered for it for next summer, end of July. So we have 20 kids registered, ready to go to that camp. It's a national camp. This is where a lot of NBA players, WNBA players have gone to and got exposed and worked at it. And so we're looking for more kids in Guam that has an interest, and just reach out to me and we're ready to go. A lot of kids are excited. So we're putting Guam on the map. We're giving kids, more importantly, an opportunity to get exposed and just give them another route to get to the next level of basketball.
Outstanding. Okay, well, what is the best way for young athletes? Because like their parents are watching. There's all these different things. There's NIL. There's scholarships. There was a workshop recently about getting kids ready for if they want to be student athletes at the collegiate level. What is the best thing that they can do to get noticed? Is it just like going out to village runs on a Saturday night and just like playing with people, or making a really good YouTube highlight video, or networking with coaches or tournaments?
All of the above, and most importantly, yes, for sure, film, and not film. Sometimes we get confused with film, not just only things that, not like a simple layup. I mean, you got to be specific, right? You have to be able to, what do you do really well? That's the one thing I always tell kids is, what do you do really well with the sport? And when you know that, you got to get a lot of film on that. Because a lot of coaches out there, they'll look at an email for like a minute. It'll be like a brief check, So it's a lot of legwork. But yes, film, and more film.
Okay, how about intangibles though, coach? Because the things like being a good teammate, having a good work ethic, showing up, staying late, and all that stuff. How do they translate that?
That comes from the coaches. So when the college coaches reach out to the coach, then the coach has to share that stuff. And of course, as coaches, we're not going to just we're not just going to say it. So we'll know. So the coaches will know, like, oh, this kid does put in the work. This kid does come early, does come stay late, etc., etc. And oh, good attitude, character. This past summer when we went with all the college coaches I met, the number one thing we look at for players now is character, attitude. Like that was like the main thing. Are they good kids?
Well,
So that's a
fortunately, we
good
have
thing.
a lot here on Guam, and under the tutelage of like yourself and a lot of the outstanding coaches we have on Guam, we're building a really, really solid sports program here.
Yes, we are. We have a lot to grow. We have a lot to come together still, and it's only going to get better.
All right, so that's Coach Jimmy Yee in Singapore, getting ready for 7 games today. Crazy schedule, man. I'll catch up, Coach, when you get back on island, man. We'll do what,
It
and once
sounds
I'm over
good.
food poisoning, we'll do lunch, man.
Yes, absolutely, man. We'll send you some photos if you want. And thanks for having us. I appreciate it. Thanks to all of our parents and our supporters. And we're having a blast over here.
All right, and please tell all the boys and girls and all the parents we're rooting for them all the way, man. Go Guam.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thanks, Jim.